Hello, all, and welcome to the Queen's Tarot. Today we will be doing collective readings for the month of December. So I've already sorted out the piles for you guys, and we're going to have you pick a pile, either out of pile 1 or pile 2. And I will also be posting some readings for each sign. So there's going to be readings coming up for the month of December, what your month of December will be like, and all of that. So check back for more readings, like and subscribe. All right, so if you guys want to pick from either pile 1 or pile 2, the month of December and what the month of December will be like for you. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with pile 1, and I'm just going to look on the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. So for a lot of you, for those of you that pick pile 1, December is really going to be in Sag season starting on November 23rd. It's really going to be about going for what you want, going after what you want, going for, and then also celebrating. So just really treating yourself. You're a group that has worked really hard all year, and you guys have been working, focusing on work, and not so much focusing on the things that you want. And that is also reflected in this spread here. So we have the Nine of Wands, and that is upside down. We also have the Chariot, and we have Strength. So a lot of you guys have been helping out others. You might be a Leo. Some of you might be an Aries. A lot of you, you might be seeing a lot of 111s or 333s. A lot of angel numbers. And basically for this group, a lot of you guys have been just like helping other people. A lot of people have relied on you for your strength and endurance. A lot of y'all have really been just like helping other people out. I see a lot of you guys in your cars frustrated. Maybe you've been driving Ubers. Maybe you've been driving people from place to place, helping. Maybe some of you might be moms and you might be dropping your kids off at school, dealing with extracurricular activities, and you don't really have a lot of time and space for yourself and the things that you want. And you've been thinking, when will I have time for me? So a lot of you guys haven't been going for what you want. The Chariot is also upside down, which just signifies a lack of focus on yourself. It also just signifies that you haven't really been going for the things that you want. You've been helping other people. People have been relying on your strength, on your endurance, on your resources. And for a lot of you guys, it might be financial resources, but it's more so your encouragement, your strength, your stability. People have relied on that to get them through what they're going through. And now it's time for you to celebrate, okay? It's time for you to focus on you. It's time for you to go after the Ace of Wands, your desires, what you want. Some of you might be Leos, some of you might be Aries, okay? Or a fire sign. I also see Page of Cups here came up for you guys. So for a lot of you, you haven't been emotionally fulfilled by the things that you're doing. You feel down in the dumps. Some of you might be fighting with a little bit of depression. Some of you might be fighting with just feeling discouraged and feeling like you don't mind helping others, but you've been using a lot of your strength, a lot of your endurance for others, and you haven't been working towards the things that make you happy, the things that you want to go out and do. Maybe you want to go out and you want to go out with friends, have a good time. There might be events, holiday events that you want to go to, and you're not sure if you can make it, not because you have other plans, but because other people have plans to have you help them out. And all of this being upside down for you guys in this spread, it's just really showing that this is not working for you guys. It's time to take a step back from this and to focus more on you, using your strengths, whatever those are, whatever your personal skills and strengths and abilities are for you to make you happy. And that's reflected in the Nine of Cups here that we see. So that's just about you really going for what fulfills you. On the other side of this, you need to be focused on what fulfills you, what makes you happy. You see the man right here is standing up happy, crossing his arms. He's chilling. He's fulfilled. He's happy about what he's doing, and he's counting his blessings up here. And so It's really time for you to do that, for you to go forth and do things that fulfill you, for you to not answer that call by that person that always wants advice, always wants help, for you to not focus on the kids. A lot of you have small children in your life that are not your kids, and for you to give them back to their parents for them to take care of, for you to take that time to walk away from studying for now, or some of you might be the brightest person, the smartest person in your group. Some of you were in college or taking courses, and people are asking you to help them. And it's time for you to walk away from that for now, for the time being, and to focus on whatever makes you happy, whatever fulfills you, whatever fills your cup. Um, and to really walk away from those things that are burdening you. We see that with the Eight of Cups here. So walk away from what's burdening you. It's time for a new stage in your life, in this phase in your life where you're walking away from those things that are unnecessarily burdening you. For a lot of you, these are not your burdens. Like, these are other people's problems, other people's situations, and things that other people need help with, that they're putting on you, and it's weighing on you. And it's time for you to turn your back on that. And that doesn't mean that you're turning your back on these people, but it means you're putting you first. You're choosing you. And this is about, for you, this Nine of Pentacles here is just here basically stating that you need to use your resources for yourself to fulfill you. All that time that you're spending, time is a resource for a lot of you. All that time that you're spending on other people, you could be spending on you. You could be getting your business together. You could be shopping for you. You could be doing things to enhance your life. So you have to make the conscious choice to do this. Here, the Two of Wands is stating that this is a choice. This is about you choosing what's right for you. Yeah, and not choosing to look through rose-colored glasses, but to really look at the people that you're helping that may not be changing, people that you're helping that might be choosing to be dependent instead of doing these things for themselves. So it's really about you choosing you, and those people that you're helping will eventually learn how to fish for themselves instead of you always giving them fish. They'll learn to do those things for themselves that you're helping them with. So you have to make a conscious choice to to choose you. And for the outcome, a lot of you might feel, I feel like a lot of you get a high from helping people. You like to feel needed. You need to feel needed. Maybe some of you grew up always helping your parents, or you grew up in a situation with brothers and sisters where you were the oldest, or you ended up somehow having to take care of people. And this is just about you really getting out of, like, you have more worth than that. You're worth more than just helping other people out all the time. You don't have to need to feel needed in order to be worthwhile or worth something. So on the other side, the flip side of that is really about you discovering your self-worth outside of always helping others. So for you to make this choice to make yourself happy, Nine of Cups, you really need to think about how you define myself. How do I define myself? Am I always defining myself by how I help other people? Do I really feel like I am only worthwhile or worth something when I'm helping others? Because the root of this for a lot of you guys is really just a toxic pattern of you choosing needy people. You might always complain that you're surrounded by needy people, but the reality is you're choosing needy people in your life and they're draining you. So in order for you to break this toxic habit, you do have to choose you. And this is about choosing you this Sag season. So best of luck to those of you that chose pile number 1. And we're going to move on to pile number 2. So for those of you that chose pile number 2, this is what your Sag season is going to be like. For here I have the Sun. A lot of you have been working hard, and this is about good things coming to you as a reward of that. A lot of you have been going through personal growth. You might be a shy person, and you're working on being more outgoing, and you're seeing yourself change in ways that you just never thought that you would be able to change as a person. So good job to you guys, those of you that are making those strides to be better at those things that you we're struggling with. So I see here the Star upside down, the King of Swords, and then we have the Three of Swords upside down. Some of you might have people in your life that are trying to keep you in some negative habits, and in order for you to really find that celebration, that fulfillment, that light at the end of the tunnel, the sun, you really need to let go of these people that want to keep you in toxic habits. Maybe there are people around you that don't want you to grow because they are more comfortable with you staying in that negative environment or staying with that toxic habit. Maybe there are people that don't want you to be outgoing or don't want you to find new friends, or there might be a group that you hung with for years and they don't really want to see you grow and hang out with new people now because of the fact that they're not going to be able to reach you if you leave where you are, whether that's physically, whether that's with reaching a new level of confidence. So this is really just about you growing and getting out of that rut so that you can discover your potential and live up to your potential. Because even though you guys are you are celebrating growth here, if you continue, this is like kind of what's holding you back, this Three of Swords, and people that are trying to affect your mentality negatively, people that are trying to affect you negatively in a mental way, people that want to affect how you think about yourself, the thoughts that you think. They might be saying negative things to you. Swords also represents communication, air signs. Some of you might be dealing with an Aquarius or a Gemini. I feel like a lot of you in this pile are Leos or Cancers. Some of you might even be Aquarius, but nevertheless, it really is just about you focusing on the positive and knowing that you can make these changes in your life. And right now, you might need to get into a different social circle. You might need to change the people that you surround yourself with, because it's so much easier to grow when you're in a positive social circle. So go hang out with that new crowd that you're thinking about hanging out with. Go explore those horizons that you want to explore. A lot of you are facing a choice also, especially with the holidays coming up. A lot of us are going to be around family, close friends of ours, and things of that nature. And you might be some of you are choosing between spending time at your family's house and spending time with in-laws, and you really want to get to know your in-laws, but your family has this thing with guilt tripping you, and it's really important that you shed all guilt trips this holiday season. Don't allow people to manipulate you. So a lot of you do need to let go of this burden in order for you to get to that place where you're celebrating, where you're happy, where you're enjoying what life has to offer and really enjoying the fruits of your labor. You have to be willing to let go of anything that's weighing you down, especially those that are speaking negatively about you. You have to make the choice not to believe the things that they say, not to buy into that. And to think positive thoughts and be around people who reflect that, because that's going to help you when it comes to really not only following your intuition. The star here represents intuition, but it also represents your divine path and where you're supposed to be. And for you to reach that, for you to be in tune and in harmony with that, you really have to think thoughts that are more aligned with it and be less invested in these negative things that people are saying, people that might be stabbing you in the back, not in a really dramatic way, but it might be things that they're saying about you. There might be a circle of people that are talking about you in a negative way, and most of it isn't true. And even the stuff that is true, they're exaggerating. It's not what they're trying to make it out to be. So those are just some things that you need to be aware of. You need to put that burden of giving, a care what they think down, and don't worry about that. I see a lot of you, you are, especially this holiday season, really concerned and worried about getting together with family. You think about those events and you dread it. You're like, I don't really want to get together with these people. You're thinking about what they might say, what they might do, to hurt you. And you really have to, this is also a part of the burden here that's represented by the Ten of Wands. With this Nine of Swords, you really have to be able to put this burden down and to change your thoughts. You have to control your thoughts. A lot of you need to learn to be masters of your thoughts and to control what you think, control your thoughts. And you can even look some of that stuff up about controlling your thoughts, because it's going to be really important for you going forward. Ultimately, a lot of you guys are going to be very victorious when it comes to this. So a lot of this is about, for you guys, is really about freeing yourself in this spread. And you're shown by the Six of Wands, you're going to be very victorious with that. A lot of you are very strong, determined people. You might be Aries or Taurus. Some of you may be Scorpio. A select few of you might be Sagittarius or Virgo. And I see a lot of you are going to be able to reach that point where you're free, you're happy as an individual, and you're not surrounded by these people who are negatively trying to talk about you and bring you down. In addition to that, you're going to go forward as an individual and really focus on who you are as a person. And this season is going to be one where you're really using it to shed yourself of people that are not good for you and that are weighing you down in some sort of way, more mental than anything else, really. And that you're going to be able to break free from that and shine as an individual in a way that's going to make you feel freer than what you've ever felt before. So I see the outcome as being really great for you guys. And yeah, so that is what is going to be happening for you this Sag season. Also, just a few other cards for you guys, which you probably already know this, which is the Four of Cups coming up. Six of Cups coming up, showing that this is keeping you from being happy. Some of you feel a little depressed, a little down in the dumps about these people in your life who are talking negatively about you. For some of you, this might be a place of work. You might need to change where you work. And ultimately, the universe wants you to know there's more out there for you, that there's a whole big, beautiful world out there waiting for you, and that it is up to you to free yourself of the BS, to free yourself of the people who are constantly trying to bring you down, to free yourself of these negative thoughts that they want to plant in your mind, and so that you can go forward and move forth in your destiny, and that there are lots of new beautiful opportunities waiting for you in the new year that you will find and you will reach once you free yourself of this burden, of these people who are negative in your life. So that is Sag season for those of you that chose to pick a card, and I will be going through all of the signs and doing readings for all of your signs, from Capricorn to Sag, and going through for additional readings for Sag season, what that month will be like for you. I'll be doing separate month Sag season and love for Sag season for each sign, so be sure to check back. Thank you for watching the Queen's Tarot, and have a great month.